Welcome to the Salty Truth Podcast. I'm Lindsay K. Foreign, your luxury-loving, deal-closing, reinvention queen who has literally built a career off of saying the things that only other people think. Each week, I get real about ambition, relationships, money, motherhood, and what it truly means to be a powerhouse woman balancing big dreams and real life. I get the opportunity to sit down with individuals that are truly making transformations and redefining success, raising the bar and refusing to play small. So let's get cozy, grab yourself a glass of wine, martini, whatever that fabulous drink might be, hit subscribe, and baby, let's get salty. Hey Salties, welcome back to another episode of the Salty Truth Podcast. I'm your host, Lindsay, and do I have something amazing for you today? If you have ever met somebody that has gone through some crazy shit and come out better, bigger, and stronger, you always know that they amaze you. So I get to have Jamie Meifu on the podcast today that is one hell of an amazing cancer survivor. She is going to tell us her story, her reinvention, everything that has honestly made this person so strong, and I'm guessing isn't the only one. So if you need to share this podcast and if you know somebody that needs to be inspired by her story, please share. And if you're new to the Salty Gang, welcome. We love you. We're glad you're here. And we are going to get into it because this is going to be one hell of an amazing episode. Hi, Jamie.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
So good. I'm so glad to have you on today.
So glad to be here.
So I have to say that because I'd put out for individuals to apply to be on the podcast, you had reached out.
Yes.
And I had met you through when I was working at the assisted living. I think that's the first time I met you, right? And you were...
I was a discharge planner.
Yes. That wasn't too long ago.
No.
So when we spoke and you enlightened me on your story and everything that's gone on, I mean, I was blown away.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, you're like, same, let alone your age.
Yes.
So are you in readmission right now? Is that?
Yes.
Okay.
So cancer-free, but still in active treatment.
Okay.
Is what they say.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to get into it. Jamie was diagnosed with breast cancer. Story is just unbelievable. I'm so glad that you're in readmission, cancer-free.
Yes.
And let's go. So
okay, let's do it.
This is crazy.
Yes.
Tell us.
If there was ever, I've always been like everything happens for a reason person.
Mm-hmm.
But you never like put two and two together until something it literally happens for a reason. I had a sweet little surprise baby that decided to show up. I had her April 9th, 2024. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So she's perfect. She's great. She was a double birth control baby. So I was like crazy. She wanted to be here.
Yeah.
And it was about this time last year. I was still nursing her and I felt a lump and I was like, okay, that's weird, but this is my fourth kid I'm nursing. Like maybe it's just a clogged milk duct. She was 10 months, I think at the time. I kind of like brushed it off. No big deal. Like, let's figure out if it's going to go away. It was like the size of a pea, nothing crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like it was a complete circle. Well, my mind kind of got the best of me. And so I started doing like some research and, you always hear like the more you breastfeed, the less chance you're likely to get breast cancer, like all these statistics, right? And I'm like, okay, well, I've breastfed all three of my kids plus her for almost 2 years. And we were like 10 months in and just exclusively breastfed only. So I ended up calling my OB because it just wasn't going away. It wasn't getting any bigger, but it wasn't going away. And same thing. She was like, I bet it's just a clogged milk duct. Like, don't worry about it. And I was like, can I just come in? Like, just let me come in. So I went in, she gave me an exam, and she's like, yeah, but your boob kind of feels lumpy. It was on my right side. And she was like, feels kind of lumpy anyways. I'm sure it's just from breastfeeding. Like, you're only 35, absolutely no family history. Let's check back after you're done nursing. And I was like, that's just not, I just don't like that. Like, it's been there for a while. So I finally had to tell her, like, totally had to advocate for myself. But I'm like, what do you lose if at 35 you send me in for a mammogram? And she's like, okay, just to ease your mind, let's do it. So the day after my birthday, March 3rd, I go in for my very first mammogram. And they had me go sit in a waiting room. And the tech came back and she's like, oh, the doctor wants some more pictures. And I'm like, oh,
Great.
Okay, of course she does. So I kind of like start getting a little bit sweaty, right? Like, okay, this is crazy. So get more pictures. They put me back in that waiting room. Another tech comes in and was like, oh, the doctor just wants to do an ultrasound. And I was like, yeah, I've done enough research this last couple, like, month and a half. Like, I kind of know where this is going, right? Well, it was so weird because the lump I could feel, nobody could see it. Like, it wasn't showing up on the mammogram. It wasn't showing up on the ultrasound.
Really?
Like, there was just nothing there, but we could all feel it. So the doctor comes in and she's like, hey, listen, there's like some stuff in there I want to biopsy, but let's wait till you're done nursing because you could get a milk fistula where like the needle from the biopsy goes in. Like, I guess like milk could get in it and you get an infection.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, I just don't want to wait till I'm done nursing. Like, if there's anything you're even questioning, like if a milk fistula is the worst thing that happens out of this, great, let's do it. So I went in on April Fool's Day for my biopsy.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because on the pictures of my ultrasound and my mammogram, what it looks like is like, like the thicker salt, like the Himalayan salt crystals.
Yep.
So it looks like somebody like takes those and just drops them. And so they're kind of like spread out everywhere.
Okay.
So like, I guess that's like the first sign of like cancer starting maybe. So they did 2 biopsies on my right, which was the side I could feel, and 1 on my left. So I go in, okay, the biopsy was hell on earth.
Oh, I bet.
Hell on earth, especially like nursing a baby because you have so much extra blood flow.
Oh, yeah.
So like if the mammogram isn't already uncomfortable, right? You go in and you're like, they put your boob literally in this, like, they're just squishing the shit out of it, okay? And then they take a needle, like.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah, and like, it reminds me of like they're slinging it back, like pinball.
Yeah.
You know, like the pinball?
Yes. Oh
like
my
that.
God.
So it goes in, yeah.
Yeah.
And even the doctor that did my biopsy was like, this is so weird. Like, cancer's like jaggedy. I don't think this is cancer at all. He's like, so I'm sure I'll call you back in a couple days just to let you know everything's good. I'm like, okay. Well, the bleeding wouldn't stop. I almost had to go down to the ER.
Oh, wow.
So it was just hell. Like, the whole thing was hell, right? I was like bruised up to my neck. Yeah, so on April 3rd, I'll never forget it. I was walking out of my building. I was at work, going to my car, and I saw the phone number pop up, and I'm like, okay, good. This is probably good news, right? He said like 5 to 7 days. It's only day 2, so I'm sure everything came back. I answer the phone, and it's like the receptionist, like, hey, Dr. So-and-so wanted to chat with you. Do you have a minute? And my heart just sank. Like, it just sank. So he gets on the phone, and he's like, the 2 lumps on the right side that we biopsied came back for breast cancer. Yeah. And I'm like, I mean, the first thing, like, I have 4 kids.
Yeah.
Breast cancer? Like, how? Why? What do I do? And the system is, if you've ever been in the system of breast cancer, like, it's almost like they don't care. I don't know. It's very like, hey, you have breast cancer. It's April 3rd at this point. You're going to go in for an MRI on April 17th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just very like cold.
Yeah. So what do I do between now and then? And he said, but you caught it early. It's only in the milk ducts. It has not spread to the tissue. So good job coming in when you did.
Yeah. Thank God.
Yeah.
Advocating for yourself.
Yeah. And like, yes, thank God I did what I did. So, I mean, you just go home and you're just like, okay. And like, what do you do?
Yeah.
What?
Well, and going back, I mean, let's go in that moment. You are a single mom.
Yeah.
You have your baby and you have 3 other children.
Yeah.
Like take us to that moment. Like what was going through your mind?
I literally death. I mean, really, like what? Because that's all you think of, right?
Yeah.
Like being sick, dying, my kids watching me suffer. You know, my kids are 12, 10, 8, and she turned 1 4 days after I found out. So, I mean, yeah, you go straight there. Like, what are they gonna do without me?
Yeah.
And even like not dying, just being sick alone. Like, never. I don't even have a primary care doctor. Are you kidding? Like, I don't go to the doctor.
Well, you're in your 30s.
Yeah. Like, when they ask me, like, who's your primary care? I was like, does my OB count? Because I swear that's the only time I see a doctor is when I deliver a baby.
I know. I would agree.
Yeah. So, so I went to my... Oh, just lost my...
See, I do that all the time. I'm like, straight back.
Okay, so April 17th, I go get my MRI. Never had an MRI in my life. It's so loud and it's freaking scary in there. Like, you're already terrified as it is, right?
Yeah.
So it was like I think it was like a 30-minute MRI. Well, I had a friend that worked at the Riverton Hospital in the radiology, and so I was like texting her immediately after I got out, like, read my chart, is there anybody that can, because you just want to know, and you don't get answers. You literally don't get answers. So that was a Friday that I got that, and they said it would take like 24 hours to be put in my chart. Okay, why they put anything in my chart, especially cancer, like that is so rude. Like, I think they should wait until you're at your appointment. And like, nothing's like hurry up. It's just like hurry up and wait and sit around and stress and have anxiety. So they uploaded my MRI results in like 45 minutes.
Wow.
So of course I do like the one thing that everyone says don't do, and I copy and paste it, chat GPT. Well, it's showing that I have tumors on both sides from my areola to my pectoris muscle. And I'm just freaking out. Like, I will never forget. I was driving with my boyfriend. We were going to eat. And I was like, I'm going to puke. Like, I remember like stomping my feet on the ground, like a fit, maybe. I don't know. Panic attack also, because we just went from stage 0. You caught it early to now you have tumors and so I'm thinking like, I'm doomed.
Yeah.
Like, this is it. So I call the doctor. Nobody can get back to me. It's a Friday, right? So I sit with that all weekend. Like, I'm telling you, I remember I could not sleep. I couldn't eat. Like, I had my kids that weekend, and I just like, I don't even remember being there. Like, you're so checked out. I'm like, do I just tell my kids right now I'm going to die?
You know what I mean? Like, you're in this state of, the worst thing that could possibly go is right there in front of you.
Yeah. So Monday morning, they call me back and they're like, we're so sorry. We forgot to tell the radiologist that you're breastfeeding. So actually, those aren't tumors. That's just swollen breast tissue from nursing. And I'm like, I just literally wrote my own obituary over the weekend.
Thank you for causing serious panic.
Yeah. So literally, when we're like in emotional, I'm okay, I'm dying, I'm okay. I probably lost 10 pounds in that first 10 days.
Oh, I bet.
You can't do anything.
Yeah.
And it's just a waiting game. So then at the MRI, they're like, oh, there's a few more spots we want to biopsy. So I have to go back to get more biopsies. And I'm literally like this. And the doctors were so sweet. So many of them came in, like, tried to just ease my fears, and I'm like, just tell me, like, just sobbing there as they're doing the ultrasounds, as they're trying to get the biopsies. And you just are wanting someone to be like, no, everything's fine. You're going to be okay. And nobody knows, right?
Yeah.
And of course they said, like, there's nothing more in here. You're going to be just fine, right? So April 25th, I have my appointment with the breast surgeon.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like these people, like, this is so an every second of the day thing for them that they are just cold to it.
Yeah.
Like, you have breast cancer. I'm sorry. You got to get rid of your boobs.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Oh, my whole identity?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. No problem. Can we do it tomorrow? Like,
God.
yeah. And so you're just like, you're trying to process everything and it's not processing. Like I remember sitting in that room, my boyfriend was there, and like her talking, like, I don't know, what?
Yeah.
I have no idea what you were just telling me. Can you say it all again? And she was like like wrote it down, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I ended up like a total of 5 biopsies on this side and they all came back positive.
Mm-hmm.
So there's hormone positive breast cancer and then hormone negative breast cancer.
Okay.
So hormone positive, and I don't know which is worse. People told me like, oh, you have it worse or someone else has it worse.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's all bad.
Yeah.
To be honest, like
all shitty.
Yes, exactly. So, hormone positive, you can take hormone blockers. That kind of like blocks it.
Okay.
It was drawn out to me like the cancer looks like this and it has like hands on the end of it.
Okay.
And so hormone positive like grabs on to.
Got it.
Yeah. And so if you're on a hormone blocker, it blocks those little grabby hands from grabbing onto whatever it is that's feeding the cancer, your hormones, right?
Yeah.
Well, mine was hormone negative. So I can't be on any hormone blockers. They call it like environmental because they don't know how people are getting hormone negative.
Interesting.
Probably the world we live in, right? Like our food, our clothes,
yeah,
whatever they're doing out there to us. But so mine all came back hormone negative. So she says your reoccurrence risk is higher because you can't be on any of those hormone blockers.
Mm-hmm.
So a lumpectomy for how many biopsies we did isn't gonna because what happens with the lumpectomy is they go in and they take out the tissue like where the cancer is plus like surrounding tissue.
Okay.
She's like, there's just too much in there for us to do it. You've had 5 biopsies come back all positive.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, so we can do a bilateral mastectomy and just, I think it's bilateral. I don't know. They have all weird words for it.
There's lots of
But we
names.
can just get rid of the one. But again, it will easily,
could spread.
Yeah. And so, I mean, right then and there, I was like, take them both.
Yeah.
Like, take them both. You know, and then like you walk out and I'm like, wait, I just said, take my boob.
Take my
like, but also like they're trying to kill me. So yes, take them. So she was like, we can do some more biopsies. And I was like, I'm done with the biopsies. Like clearly I have breast cancer. Get me in as soon as possible to whoever and wherever I can get them. Because at that point, you're like so scared that it's just spreading.
Yeah.
Like, what am I eating? Is it spreading it? What am I like? This sounds silly, but like going to the gym, like I'm like, oh gosh, I'm jumping around. Like, is that spreading it?
Spreading it?
Yeah.
No,
like,
because your mind's going to go in
yes.
so many angles.
Yeah. And I remember, okay, so she sent me next door to the plastic surgeon. And there's so many different variations of, you know, people don't even want a plastic surgery afterwards. They just want to be flat.
Yeah.
People want to get like the fat sucked out of their stomach and put in their boobs and not implants, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I'm 35. I'm not going to be a flat. Like, I can't. Like, I am a woman's woman, right? Yeah. Like curves. I love it all. So lucky for me, I had pretty big implants prior, and I was still nursing my baby. So I had a bunch of room in there. My surgery was scheduled for May 15th.
Okay.
So honestly, like the waiting game, again, like you are terrified of every single thing and your mind is just going crazy because how do you, and it like all of a sudden I'd be like, oh, my armpit hurts. Like it's spreading. Mm-hmm. Or like, why are my toes aching? My toes have never ached, or my knees are aching. Like it's spreading. Like you are just in constant fear at that point.
Yeah.
I was a little, I feel like maybe lucky because all my biopsies just kept coming back stage 0, which meant it was in the milk ducts. It had not left yet. So like if you're going to have breast cancer, supposedly like I mean, obviously that's like the best
Yeah.
outcome you can have is stage 0. I go in for my surgery and my surgeon walks in and she's like reading over her paperwork and she's like, oh, we were going to do a nipple sparing surgery where they keep your nipples. And she's like, but wait, that's not going to work because my lump I could feel was literally like not even a finger's length in past my nipple.
Yeah.
She's like, so all of a sudden, like everything's changing while I'm there
Right
in
there,
my
ready to
scrub.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, we're going to have to take your nipples. And I'm like, huh? I had to stop nursing my baby on a dime. Okay.
That's hard.
So hard. I was not ready. She was not ready.
No.
I remember trying to give her, I mean, other people gave her bottles because she goes to daycare, but I had never given her a bottle. So the first night I gave her a bottle was hell.
Yeah.
Emotionally, on her too.
Yeah.
That was like her.
Oh, it's making me emotional.
Yeah.
I mean, all of it's making me emotional, but like I'm a mom, I've breastfed. I know
Yeah.
how difficult that is.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's fucking hard.
Yeah. It was so hard. It was so hard. And I just remember like, I mean, I probably breastfed longer than they told me to.
Yeah.
Like they wanted me to stop same day and I was like, I can't.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, honestly, it was ripped from us.
Yeah.
For sure. It was ripped from us. And that, I mean, whoever I can hate for that, I hate them for that.
Yeah.
That was rough. So, okay, back to my surgery. So I'm being told right there in that moment, like you have to lose at least one of your nipples.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, what? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
And
right when you're probably anxious. And
you're so
scared.
anxious and like, and you only meet with your doctor one time before
Yeah.
your surgery, you know? And maybe that was a little bit my fault because I was so like, no, let's go. Let's get them off me. Let's get it done. And so she said, well, we can spare the other nipple. And the plastic surgeon was in there too. And he's like, listen, if you're going to get rid of one, get rid of both of them. And I remember saying, why is this world so fucking cruel?
Mm-hmm.
Because, okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me just strip every womanly thing from you, right?
Me.
Yeah. So, yeah, I lost my boobs and my nipples.
Mm-hmm.
My surgery was 8 hours. I was in surgery for 8 hours. Yeah. I was lucky and got immediate reconstruction. So they put implants in same day. And I remember waking up from that surgery and just being like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just so much of your feminine womanhood, breastfeeding.
Yeah.
I mean, everything.
Yeah.
Like, not only were you losing your image, who you are, you also were losing that you could breastfeed your baby.
Yeah.
And I mean, just the whole thing.
Yeah. And like, I'm done having kids, of course.
Yeah.
But like, at the end of the day, like, you just think, I mean, that some women hate breastfeeding, right? That was so special to me.
Yeah.
Like, breastfeeding was my thing.
Yeah.
Like, I was so blessed that I was able to do it. And so, yeah, it being ripped from me and knowing even if I ever had another baby, which the last time I said universe give me a baby, it gave me one.
That's how my world goes too.
Right. I would never be able to do it again.
Yeah.
And that's a lot, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, after the double mastectomy, all your tissue goes to it's called the final pathology report. So they send it to pathology and it takes about 14 days. And they go through your breast tissue like just line by line.
Yeah.
And see what they can find, if there's any. Oh, and they also took 4 lymph nodes from me out of that side to see if it spread. And so you're just waiting.
Yeah.
And you're waiting and you're waiting. So finally, again, it's posted to my chart before anybody gives me a phone call, right? And recovery from surgery, it wasn't like horrible. Physically, it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Emotionally, like,
Yeah.
I had drains, I was wrapped, and I remember I went to the plastic surgeon. That was my first follow-up 3 days later, and they unwrapped me, right? And again, just because they do it often, it was just like nothing to them as I'm staring at my new body of,
Yeah.
Like, I remember just
Who
being
is
like,
that?
yeah, what, and you're so scared because, of course, everyone tells you to stay off Google. But no, like, you're going to search what double mastectomies look like, right? And like you look slaughtered. Like, women look slaughtered. For what it's worth, mine aren't like horrible. They're not like the best, right? But like, I have scars from here to here. And so seeing that for the first time, like, and just both like the plastic surgeon and his assistant were just like, why are you crying? What? Like, they look great. I'm like, yeah, of course. Yeah, they look great, you know? And you're just swollen and bruised and
Wow.
Yeah. So, waiting for final pathology was insane. I would check my chart and I just kept thinking like, oh my gosh, it's not in there yet. Something's so wrong, you know. Finally they were posted. My oncologist actually ended up switching from Riverton Oncology to it's called Revere Health. I drive to Lehigh to see him. He has been the best through all of this, like the sweetest for sure. He's breast cancer only. So, which I loved, where the one at Riverton she was like all cancer. Yeah. And I was like, I don't like love that, you know. Somebody referred me to Dr. Thompson and it was like the best thing ever. Okay. So I go in and he's like, you're cancer free. Give me a hug, right? That was the first thing he tells me. So I'm so excited. He's like, listen, you did great because they ended up finding 15 centimeters of cancer.
Wow.
15.
That did not come up on the MRI.
Yeah. So just a ton of cancer in there. And so they want like clean margins, it's called. So it's like how close your tumors are to your breast tissue when they get everything out. Okay. So he's like, your margins are clean. We'd like them a little cleaner, but like they pass. No lymph node involvement. And you're all stage 0 except for 4 places came out of the milk ducts. So my end result was like stage 1, but micro-invasive. Okay. So it came out of the milk ducts less than 1 millimeter. So just like teeny tiny. Go home, celebrate, right? Cool. Get a phone call like 6 days later from my surgeon. She says, hey, the tumor board just met about your case. And it's very rare that anybody finds stage 0. The fact that you felt the lump is wild. The fact that there was so much in there and you had no other symptoms is wild. But we need you to go meet with your oncologist again. And I'm like, well, no, he told me I was good. Yeah. Like, what? He's the one that knows, not you guys. Yeah, I'm not going back. And seriously, I didn't call him for like 2 weeks. Yeah. So call him, make an appointment. I go back in and he's like, we need you to do chemo. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not doing chemo. I can't be sick. Okay, this was June. Yeah. And I have 4 kids. What do you mean I have to do chemo? I cannot lose my hair. I cannot lose my hair.
Yeah, you're like, I had to lose my boobs.
Yes.
Don't take my hair.
Yes, exactly that. And he put out all the statistics, right? He's like, you're in such a gray area that we don't have like a book on how to treat it. Like, had you been fully stage 1, we would know treatment. Yeah. Had you been just stage 0, but like you're like in such a gray area that I think 12 weeks of chemo is going to be like a buffer. Like, let's just do it to be safe. And I remember just sitting in there sobbing. Yeah. Like, again, here we are.
Here we are on this roller coaster.
6 days ago, you just cleared me and said, go celebrate. And now you're saying chemo? Yeah. So, of course, I'm like delusional, right? I'm like, oh, this will be like, I don't need a port. We're just talking 12 weeks. He's like, no, you got to go get a port. I'm not pumping that through your veins. Yeah. And I'm like, a port? Like, I just had surgery, you know? Yeah. So.
Which is scary in itself anyway.
Yes.
Just having to do a port.
Yes. And my background, like I've worked as a CNA since I was 15, right? Like I've been taking care of sick people. Oh, and also like I will help anybody, but if you think I'm going to ever ask for help, that's not happening. That is not happening. Like I feel like that's most of us that work in healthcare, right? Like, we're the helpers, not the helpers.
We don't need help.
No way. Yeah. So, go get my port. that was crazy because I met with a doctor and she was like, before the fact, and she's like, we'll stay away from your implants. Like the port usually goes up here, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, no big deal. No, I wake up. Do you want to see where my port is?
Yeah, let me see.
Literally in my
Oh,
cleavage.
wow.
Okay.
It is.
It's like right there.
Yeah.
So like, let's get rid of your boobs. Now you have to do chemo. Now let's put this freaking port in the center of your.
Yeah, because usually when I've seen
Yes.
them, they're higher.
Yeah. I remember waking up and being like,
What the hell?
what? She said she was going to stay out of my new boobs. And actually, that's like on my boob, ma'am. My plastic surgeon hates her for that.
Yeah.
He's like, that's my work. What is she doing?
Yeah.
She's trying to get in my work. So I remember trying to put chemo off. Like, just like, oh, give me another week. You know, my oncologist like, listen, we're already a little bit behind of like where we should be with treatment plan because there's been so much back and forth. So this was the end of June at this point. So I said, let me go take my kids on a trip and then we can start July 3rd. Okay. So we went to Bear Lake.
Yeah.
Had so much fun in Bear Lake, right? And I'm thinking like, this is it. This can be the only thing I get to do all summer. And I remember my oncologist telling me, listen, you're healthy. You already have that going for you. I go to the gym. I go to burn boot camp every morning at 5:30.
Yeah.
He's like, so you already have that going for you. And I said, I can't be sick. Like, I just refuse to be in bed. And when you don't ask for help, you're so scared that you are going to be sick and have to ask for help. Yeah. And like, I don't know how to do that.
Totally.
I have, you know.
And when you're raising your kids and you're a single mom and everything that your kids have and the ages that your kids are at, I mean.
Yeah. And I was just like.
Who has time to be sick?
Yeah, nobody. Like my boys were going to start football at the end of July and, you know. And so he said, listen, you're not going to be sick. I just have a really strong feeling that you're not going to be sick. And also, I want you to cold cap. And I'm like, okay, yeah, easy for you to say because I have to pay for it all. But yes, you're right. Because I was like, I can't lose my hair.
Yeah.
And people were very like judgmental about that. Like, oh my gosh, it's just hair. Just shave your head. And I'd be like, first of all, there's some girls that can pull off a bald head. I know damn well it's not going to be me, okay? I couldn't. And I'm like, that's just another thing.
Yeah.
Like, I would tell people.
But why would you have to be judged for that?
Right.
Like, Jesus, as you're not going through enough and, like, losing, like, what is a big deal in our womanhood is our breast and how we feel and being able to breastfeed our children. And then the thought of, like, losing your hair.
Yeah.
Like, this is the craziest thing I've heard, that you were judged for not wanting to lose your hair.
Yeah. People would easily say, oh my gosh,
wow,
cold capping will never work. And actually, just this last week, my treatment team were like, we're all saying that's never going to work. That poor girl, she's going through all this pain because cold capping is hell on earth.
Yeah, I've heard.
And she's just going to lose her hair. And I didn't. Like, I kept it all. But cold capping,
holy shit.
That is
just the thought of it. Just like, I feel like I have like my body's just clenching.
It's awful. So you cold cap, plus you put like gloves and socks on that are in the freezer during your treatment because you don't want to get neuropathy pain. Mm-hmm. So you're just freezing cold.
You're like, I'm like, if
it's awful.
Watching this, I'm over here like covering my face, like, oh my god,
it was awful.
So you're like freezing your limbs, your hands, your feet, right? Because neuropathy, you don't want.
You do not want neuropathy.
You can get away from it. Yeah, terrible.
It's awful.
Explain cold cap.
Okay, so cold capping. So honestly, it looks like football helmets. Mm-hmm. So you call this company. They send you out. It's a cooler. And there's 8 caps in them. So what happens is, the night before treatment, you stuff them full of dry ice. And also, dry ice is so expensive. Yeah. I've never like really thought about it. Mm-hmm. And then it was like probably $120 a week. Plus the cold caps were $600 a month.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yes. I just remember and I was calling around to grocery stores asking like, listen, I'm going to have to buy dry ice from you for the next 12 weeks. Yeah. Is there any sort of discount you can give me? And the one right by my house, they gave it to me at cost, but it was still at least $100 a week. Yeah. So the night before treatment, so Wednesday night, my treatments were on Thursday. We stuffed the cold caps with dry ice. And my boyfriend, like, bless his soul, stuffed these things like insane,
Yeah.
right? Every Wednesday night. And it was easy at first because I wasn't tired. I was,
Yeah.
but like the more it was rough. It was so rough. Yeah. So you stuff them, take them with you to treatment. 45 minutes before chemo starts, you put them on your head. And first you wet your hair, so it's a little bit wet, and they have to be -35 to -45 degrees. So you're taking these cold caps out, you take the dry ice out of them, and they're just like smoking, right? And you just strap that puppy to your head.
Oh, that hurts.
Yes. And when I tell you strap, like you have a chin strap.
Yeah.
You have a strap that goes around another strap. So like you're so tight. And then the very last thing is a swimmer cap. So like, I mean, you are strapped on. Okay.
Wow.
And it is cold as hell. And so you switch them out every 20 minutes for 5 hours.
5 hours?
5 hours. Yeah.
Ow.
Hell.
Like it had to hurt. Like,
Oh, it was
like, I mean, I would be in tears.
Tears. Yeah.
Oh.
And like at first it wasn't bad. Like it was cold. And the whole process of the cold capping is freezing your blood cells in your head so the chemo's not getting up there. And I mean, like chemo still did get up there, right? Because there was days like I was losing hair, but your scalp would get more sensitive every single week.
Oh my God.
And so like by week 6, like I was just like, really? Are we sure?
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, your head was so tender.
Yeah.
So tender. And you have to follow like such a strict, like wash once a week. And I mean, I followed it to a T. Actually, I would strap the cold caps for 5 hours, but I actually wore them for 8 hours. And the last few hours, I just wouldn't strap them. I would just put them on. And it was in the middle of the summer. And so anytime I got hot, I would just put on a cold cap because that dry ice stayed for like 2 or 3 days, But yeah, your head would get so tender. Like I was just covered, like during treatment, I would just cover myself in heated blankets. Yeah. And you suffer.
Oh.
You truly suffer. Like beauty is pain.
How did you mentally get through that?
I mean, I had to put myself in a place.
Yeah.
I had to put myself in a place of, my biggest thing for saving my hair wasn't necessarily for me. It was for my kids. My kids were already so scared. They were so scared. And I just remember thinking like, if I come home bald, they are going to be freaking terrified.
Yeah.
They're going to be terrified. If I can save my hair for them, that's going to make me feel less sick to them. And I knew deep down it was going to make me also feel less like a cancer patient, right? Like if I can get up and see that I still have hair, like I'm going to feel better. Yeah. If I get up and I'm bald, So that's what I would have to remind myself is like, do this so you're not scaring your kids. Like, they're already terrified. But my daughter, she's so sweet. She's my little 10-year-old. She was like, if we have to shave your head, I will help you pick out wigs. Yeah. We'll get a pink one. We'll get, like, she was ready. Yeah. She was so ready. But yeah, we had to follow such a strict routine. Like when I could only wash my hair once a week and I never let the shower head touch it. I just got cold water and in a cup. Yeah. And I would just, and like, when you washed, you couldn't scrub. You literally had to like pat your head. And like those first few weeks, my hair was so nasty. So nasty. And then it got used to like, okay, yeah, she's never washing us actually. Yeah. But you couldn't brush it. You couldn't use any product. You couldn't, like I got a dry shampoo that was like $70 because there was nothing in it, Yeah. But you couldn't brush it. I like slept with it in a loose braid with like a silk elastic around it. Like you had to be so careful. And shower days were my biggest anxiety days. Oh, I bet. Because you would read like, oh, week 4, my cold caps failed. And that's when my hair started falling out. And so I just remember like there would be times like I would get good chunks of hair and I'd be like, oh, this is it. It's coming. Never did. I'm so blessed. Yeah. For all that hard work I did.
Oh, I bet. Well, I mean, the pain sounds just terrible.
Yeah. So add on that pain to all the fun things that chemo brought. Yeah. My very first treatment, I remember thinking I can't do this. Like
Mhm.
I stood like, they're like, pick any chair you walk in. There's no privacy. It's just like 12 chairs in this big cancer room.
Yeah.
Pick any chair you want. I'm like, oh, you guys are so friendly. Like,
Yay, so
let me just
exciting.
skip over here.
Like going to a manicure.
Yeah, exactly. And I just remember like standing next to the chair.
Yeah.
And the nurse was like, well, you can sit. And I was like, I don't want to sit. And she's like, okay, you know,
Yeah.
you can sit. And like, you didn't know what
Well,
to expect.
It becomes fucking real.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I'm
no.
about to, and you don't know. Like,
Yeah.
am I about to vomit for the next 7 days? Am I, you know, you have no idea.
Yeah.
Like you can research all you want, but what it really comes down to is like what your body's going to do.
Yeah.
Because me and the person sitting next to me are on the same treatment plan, and she is sick. She's over there with a barf bag.
Yeah.
And like, this is my first treatment. Like, is that going to be me? You know, you honestly, you don't know.
Yeah.
You do not know. So I never threw up, maybe once, like 7 weeks in, but I'm not even sure that was really from chemo.
Yeah.
I shit my pants a lot.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm being completely honest. That killed my GI. It killed my GI. Especially like week 4.
Yeah.
Week 1 and 2, I think like all of my side effects were honestly anxiety of just like, what's gonna happen? What? And you just like, do you just feel like I'm just being pumped full of chemicals of the biggest toxins? Like, how is my body gonna react? So, the bone pain was incredible.
Oh.
I'm saying like debilitating at times. Like, how am I gonna get up? And I just remember like it was the summer and I'm laying on a heating pad.
Move.
It's like when you have the flu.
Yeah.
And your bones just ache. That was my whole body.
And there's probably nothing
No,
to relieve
they'd be
the
like,
pain.
take a Claritin. Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Yes. So week 4 and week 9 were literally the same, like were the roughest for sure.
Yeah.
And the hot flashes, so it sent me into menopause.
Oh, okay.
Sent me right into menopause.
Yeah.
So those hot flashes,
No,
I feel friggin' sorry for everybody that's gone through menopause because that was rough.
Yeah.
That, and it was the summer.
Yeah.
And so I just remember like, oh my gosh, like I would just be like, I could feel sweat like rolling down my face all the time. Yeah. And then just fatigue.
Yeah.
Fatigue was really bad. I still went to the gym like 3 times a week. I would get my butt out of bed. And it was almost like I had like, I'm not really like to prove it to myself, but like the more I didn't move, the worse I felt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like getting up, going to the gym was so helpful. And my gym, there's such incredible people there. Like a bunch of women that are my best friends now.
I love that.
Just so great. Yeah. Yeah. So the fatigue was so rough, especially like Fridays. I went to bed by like 6:30.
Yeah.
But still went to the gym. I was still a mom. We went to Lagoon almost every weekend. I got on every ride still.
Cute.
They give you like a big bag of nausea meds. Yeah. And I'm like, that saved me at Lagoon because I think it was like still in my system. A few days later, I didn't get sick on anything.
God, I love it.
It was rough. Yeah. And I know people see me like on social media. Again, I'm not anybody that asks for help, but people be like, oh, you handled that so well. And I was like, yeah. Just literally dying, right?
Literally dying.
Yeah, but like I had to show up for my kids.
Yeah, what else are you gonna do?
Yeah, they were my biggest, like, I gotta keep going for them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I survived it.
And social media doesn't show everything.
No, and I put a lot of the rough stuff on social media, but probably not as rough. Like, that's I definitely,
good,
like,
I'm glad that you shared that. I need to go look. I actually, I hadn't seen your social media and the story that you posted.
Yeah. Yeah. So I do like a story on like cold capping and just like the process of everything being a literal hell of a roller coaster ride for sure. Because it has not been easy, no matter what I portray online. Like, and my kids will even tell me like, oh, 2025 was so rough for you, Mom. Like, you know, they just get it. And I mean, I know they saw me like, okay, let's go to Lagoon, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you guys got it. But honestly, though, that would help my mind so much. Like, stay busy.
Yeah, it probably, and then just like the dopamine or something that you would get from like that excitement or just being out of it. Maybe would help.
for sure. And moving my body.
Yeah.
That helped the bone pain so much because when my kids were gone, like I did a lot of laying around and I was like, this is when I hurt the most, is when I'm just laying around.
Yeah.
So, 12 rounds of chemo, 12 weeks in a row, every Thursday.
Wow.
And like at first you're like, oh, it's only 12 weeks. But like by week 3, you're like, oh gosh, this is going to be a long time.
Yeah.
You know? So week 12, all my cute little family was there, wearing their cute little breast cancer shirts. I was so against it, right? Like I was like, I want nothing tied to me having breast cancer. And they were so cute. They all picked out their own shirts and, you ring the bell and they're like, hey, see ya. And you're like, yeah, what? Yeah. Yeah. And then you're just like, so now what?
So now what?
Yeah. And you, as scared as you are of chemo, it's almost like for 12 weeks, it's your safe place because your head can go to like, is the chemo floating around or the cancer? Sorry. Is the cancer floating around? If it is, the chemo is going and killing it.
Yeah.
Right. So, then they just take the chemo away from you and you're like,
wow.
huh?
I've never thought of it like that.
Yeah.
Like now that you say that, your safe place, because once it's done, then where does your mind go?
Right. I'm still doing treatment. It's called Herceptin. And so what that does, so I go once every 3 weeks and it's easy. It's like a 25-minute push, through my port. And it's just to retrain my T cells how to fight cancer if it were to come back. So there's a protein called HER2 on cancer once it comes out of the milk ducts. So you're either HER2 positive or HER2 negative. I was positive, which I hear is the worst one.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know, years ago, there was pretty much HER2 negative or HER2 positive was like the worst thing you could do because there was no treatment for it. So now it's called Herceptin.
Yeah.
And so it goes in and retrains your cells how to fight cancer if it was to come back. So now supposedly like HER2 positive is like the better one. I don't know. Again, I go back to this all fucking sucks.
Yeah. And here
I don't want any of it.
Anything else?
Yeah. Yeah. So I still go once every 3 weeks. I have to do that until July. So it's for a year. They gave me the Herceptin once weekly with the Taxol, which was the chemo. Not too many side effects from that. The weight gain. Okay, I thought like chemo would make me like sick because you see people like so sick, right? No, it did the opposite for me. I think it was probably the steroid. I gained 35 pounds.
Yeah.
35 pounds. Okay.
Which is hard too.
So hard. I've never weighed this much, like even when I was pregnant.
Yeah.
So, and again, sent me into menopause.
Which is awful.
Awful. And then took me out of menopause.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Yes.
So your hormones are just
my hormones are like, what's happening, ma'am? Like, what do you want us to do?
Hello.
So it's where they're just like hanging on to all my extra fat because like my body's like terrified of like, she's so much trauma. Like, she's going to put us through another traumatic event. Like, so yeah, that part has been hard. So like lose your boobs. The acne was crazy. And here's like 35 extra pounds, all in like your tummy area.
Yeah. But the spot we love to have.
Yeah. So like now my pants don't fit, right? So it's just like, man.
Can't win.
Yeah. So yeah. So I still go.
Well, I think you look absolutely amazing. I think you're beautiful.
Thanks.
And that is just crazy. Yeah. I mean, I don't get emotional very often. I'm like I'm crying, I'm holding back tears. I'm like, tears are flowing, just listening to the story and your story. And, you know, I think as myself as a mom and everything that you were thrown into. Yeah. And it's not necessarily like you're even making decisions. It's just like pull, go, pull, stop. Yes. Here we go. Ugh. And losing part of you, you know, it's just, man, I'm like trying to wrap my own brain around it and how I would feel. And then, you know, you talk about losing the safety net almost of chemo. Yeah. And now I'm so curious, like, how do you control your mindset moving forward and that fear? Yeah. Is there an underlying fear
for
that
sure
you have to battle with?
Yeah. I mean, every day.
Yeah.
So going forward, I will get an MRI once a year
Mhm.
because it's like no longer mammograms because I have no breast tissue left.
Mhm.
So we'll do a mammogram once a year. And just knowing like I, I have to go through a MRI again,
Yeah.
like for the rest of my life. And like I'm 35, 36. I have such a long time to worry about this.
Yeah.
And it is scary because I sit there and think like, okay, well, before I felt a lump, and so I knew something was up, but now I have no breast tissue. So if anything's gonna pop up, it's gonna be behind my implant. I'm not gonna be able to
You're
feel
not gonna
that.
feel it. Yeah.
And what happens if next year I go in and my MRI is clean, and then 5 days later, cancer wants to start growing again, and it has a whole year to grow, and then I go in the following year, and all of a sudden I'm like stage 3.
Yeah.
You know, like that. That's literally where your head goes.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you like death knocked on my door for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And it just makes you realize like shit that you worry about is truly not not important. Like the little things,
The
right?
little
Like
things. Yeah.
make all the memories you can, all
Mhm.
of them. Like with the people you love, with the people you don't love. Like time is so short.
Yeah.
I mean, my whole entire life was flipped with a phone call.
Yeah.
Just a simple phone call,
Yeah.
you know? And I mean, now I just like, like I used to be like, oh, my house is so dirty. Not that I'm like a slob, but like you just, oh, well, the dishes are fine. Like I'm going to go hang out with my kids outside instead. Because if death ever knocks on my door again, do I want them to think like, oh, mom only cared about the dishes? And no, I want them to be like, oh, mom was outside playing kickball with us.
Yeah.
And, you know, so like it truly makes you realize like the little things that it's like money. Like I used to be like, oh my gosh, I don't have a savings. Like now I don't give a shit.
Really?
Yeah.
I love that.
We just got back from Disneyland
Yeah.
because I'm like,
Because you're like, have the fucking experiences,
Yes.
have fun. And
Yeah.
I love hearing this because, you know, you're always, as a mom, as whatever, you're just, as a person, you're always so worried about like the future, I guess. And like you say, savings plan. And I'm like, you know, I'm always like, oh, I need to work towards this. I need to save. And so I have this for when I'm older and blah, blah, blah. And I have put off experiences and vacations
100%.
because I'm like, oh, I
Yeah.
need to worry about this. This is so enlightening to
Yeah.
me. Like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Go live your life.
1000%. Yeah. Like I booked the trip to Disneyland. We went, I just swiping that card. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Whatever. Right? You guys want 17 churros? You got it.
You
like,
got it, baby.
Mom almost died. So yeah, it was a huge eye opener for me to, I mean, I used to care about like the dumbest things.
Yeah.
And now they're dumb, right? They used to be huge. And now I'm just like, me, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be
Yeah.
honest, I took out my 401k. Wasn't a ton of money, but
Yeah.
I took it out because if I die,
What are you
where's
gonna
it
do
going?
with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I would rather have my kids be like, oh yeah, we had so much fun with mom. Because honestly, that's now what I think about.
Yeah.
Like, if I were to die, which sounds awful, like, what would my kids remember about
Yeah.
me? You know? And I think that I remember calling my mom and just like sobbing my eyes out and being like, I don't want my kids to watch me suffer. For whatever reason, I had it in my head, like a solid picture. And honestly, I'm in trauma therapy for this.
Yeah.
But I had it in my head that like my cancer was gonna kill me. But like that, like I could honestly see myself like sick on the couch with IVs in the house, hospice. And maybe that's because we've worked
Yeah.
in the world, you know?
Yeah.
My funeral, like I can like see my daughter just panicking about what she's gonna wear, and you know, and you go back to like this, like who's gonna love them as much as I've loved them,
Yeah.
you know?
That would be the scariest
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. And so it really makes you decide like literally
Yeah.
nothing else matters.
Yeah.
Because you want to make sure they know how much they're loved.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they knew that anyways, but it really puts it into perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
Like,
I'm sorry.
just bawling over it. No, you don't even apologize. It's like, it's real, you
Yeah.
know? And I think I shared with you that I lost my brother to cancer a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And it was very fast. and on a different lens, because I wasn't going through it, but watching him and like being like, oh my God, my brother is only 46 years old.
Yeah.
Like, I've looked at time a little bit differently
Yeah.
since that happened. And I'm like, I need to, like, stuff I wanted to do. And that's why I started this podcast.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to have a podcast. And I'm like, oh my God, we don't have time. Like, you never know.
You literally never
when
know.
time is going to
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
Like, do what you want to
Yeah.
do. Take that trip. Like, love your babies.
Yeah.
Go travel. Have so much fun with them.
Yep.
And sometimes, you know, it's hard because you get in the grind of regular life of work and having to do this and finishing this or cleaning your house.
Yeah.
Like, fucking forget it all.
You're just going through every day, like the motions, you know? And then when something like that happens, you're like, wow, okay. Yeah. None of those matter. Like, none of my everyday, like, little things seem to. Sometimes my mom laughs and she's like, I know you don't give any shits, but can you give, like, maybe just a little bit of shits? And I'm like, okay, fine, you know.
Fine, I guess I have to give a shit about something.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it really it puts things, I mean, in such perspective.
Yeah. Because what do you have if you don't have your health and your life?
Yeah. And you don't realize, like, your health is so important.
Yeah.
Like, I remember I used to go to the gym and be like, oh, these weights are so heavy. And then when I was like 7 weeks into chemo, I was like, what the fuck? These weights are so incredibly heavy. Like, I take back how heavy they used to be. Or, you know, before
they were.
Like, I'm overweight, I hate my body. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, if I could go back and, like, just have my old body, I would never complain again.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like you're so freaking mad at your body. Like, some days I'm like, I hate you. Like, you tried to take my life.
Yeah.
And other days I'm like, but also I'm so proud of you because we just went through hell.
Yeah.
And we're still upright.
Good job.
Yeah. So it's definitely a mix of.
Yeah. It's so enlightening. It's crazy. This might be a hard question, but how did you tell your kids?
Okay. So, the day I found out, I remember it was like noon and I just went straight home and I was sobbing and sobbing. And I remember wanting to tell everybody. Like, I wanted to tell everybody, even people I didn't even know, like, that I would see at the store. And I don't know if it's so much like you want sympathy, but you want somebody to be like, it's going to be okay. And of course it's going to be okay. But, like, you literally look for reassurance every single corner, you know? So I remember kind of talking to family a little bit of, like, how am I going to tell the kids? And everybody gave me their opinions, right? People would be like, wait till you have a treatment plan. Wait till you, and I was just like, you know what? This is my story. Like, I'm going to tell them. So that was a Thursday. So the following Friday, I sat them down and I was like, hey, listen. So these are my older ones. So 12, 10, and 8. I found a lump in my boob. I went to the doctor. I have cancer. And of course it was like, you're going to die. Are you going to die? Everyone's crying, you know? And I said, I'm pretty sure we caught it early. It's going to be a really rough couple months, but I think, like, we're going to be okay. Like, I think I'm going to be okay for you guys. I promise you that. Like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not, you know, I don't know what it's going to look like, but I'm here for you guys. And I actually ended up getting them all 3 of their own notebooks and gave them all a notebook and said, any questions you have, anything you want to write down. Yeah, you guys put it in the notebook, you know, don't be afraid of any questions. Like, let's talk about it. Let's make sure, you know, we understand as best as we know how. But it was a lot. It was a lot. You know, every day, are you going to die? Mom, are you going to die? Even my cute little 8-year-old, he's like, so next year, are you going to have cancer? You know, and, like, you kind of forget, like, they don't process things like we do, you know? And, you know, my daughter, like, what would I ever do without you? Just sobbing, you know, what happens? What if you die? And I mean, honestly, like, same, same, you know? And I remember texting my ex-husband. So I have the 3 kids with him, and, you know, I had involved him, of course. So he kind of knew, like, the kids are going to be emotional, blah, blah, blah. And I remember texting him and saying, if I die, promise me that you will tell the kids every day how much I loved them.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's really what you
want.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, he was like, "Oh gosh, don't. You're gonna be fine." You know? He was probably thinking the same thing, like, "Oh." But
Yeah.
I mean, it is a process, and you try to. I mean, there was a lot of times like I would shut my bedroom door and I was just sobbing in my room, and I didn't want them to see that, you know, or like days that I literally felt like shit, like. I made sure to hide that from them because they were scared.
Yeah.
You know, they were so scared. And I didn't want them to be any more scared than they were. So yeah, that was rough. It was really rough, but they were really just so sweet. Like, what do you need help with? I'll do the dishes for you. So understanding, like, if I was like, you guys, I know it's a Friday night, but I'm so tired. I've got to go to sleep. And it was 6:30, you know, or they were cute. Like, I'd fall asleep on the couch and they cover me up with a blanket, you know? So like, just the best. They were the best, and they still are the best. But and I mean, they still ask, you know, are you gonna have to worry about that anymore?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, well, no, but yes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
No,
Because they probably carry like a fear as well.
Yeah. And I mean, I like truly, it goes through your head. Like, I think, so my little baby, she has a different dad, and I think like, oh my gosh, like those two dads would have to get together if I died and like get the kids together, and would they? And you know, like my kids are with the baby all the time, and you know, they have such a good relationship, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, that would be taken from them, and who would make sure that still happens? You know, I went through a whole grieving process, and I think I still do.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely a grieving process. I think my kids went through a grieving process too.
Probably. Yeah, I would assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was thankful it was the summer and not the school year.
Yeah.
Just so they, you know, weren't at school.
Just stressed.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
So.
That's just wow.
Yeah.
Like you're a fucking warrior.
Thank you.
Like I'm just like, just the emotional and mental like hole that had to have, and the fear and everything, the unknown, and probably still feeling the unknown.
Yeah.
And you know what lies ahead, or probably the mindset. I'm just thinking the strength you have to have in your mindset to push that back and just take a breath and I'm okay. I'm moving forward.
Yeah.
Because you can't control the future.
Yeah. And
the
that's
strength that has to take. Yeah. Like,
my therapist, like, just tell yourself, like, this isn't a today problem. We'll worry about that tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know? And I remember, like, when I first got diagnosed, like, I don't know why I told everyone this, but I was like, I just want to put on a pair of running shoes and just run. Like, and hope it doesn't catch up to me. But I just felt like running. And I don't know if that was like all the anxiety and just like, but I just wanted to run.
To escape.
Yes. Yeah. I think that literally that's what it was. Like, get me the hell out of here. Are you kidding?
Well, I feel like your story and everything you're sharing, I know there's people probably sharing this episode right now, because cancer has touched and hit so many people.
Yeah.
And so many women that are going through breast cancer right now. I have a family member that it's hit, and just praying to fucking God that, you know, she does okay. I mean, it is so prevalent. And I just thank you so much for sharing your story and encouraging and helping other people that are going through it, that don't feel alone, or, you know, that maybe got diagnosed, that have children and they don't know what to do. They don't know how to include their family or tell their kids. Like, you speaking out about your journey really helps other people. And I hope it's helpful for you too.
Yeah, it is helpful. Sometimes I think it also helps my like anxiety, like telling my story, you know?
Yeah. Because there's a lot that went on and a lot of emotions to it. Like, you know, just you talking about it and you can see your emotion. I'm getting emotional. I'm just like, whoo. But I really appreciate you being bold and doing this, because I think it's so helpful for other people.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are hush-hush about their stories, and I'm not really sure why, because I truly feel like your story can help so many people.
Yeah.
Because like, where do you turn when you can't just go to a friend and be like, hey, I have breast cancer.
Yeah.
I feel like they don't get it,
Yeah.
So, I am on a couple of those Facebook groups. I have to quiet them every once in a while because they do give me a little bit more anxiety than what I need. Because,
Yeah.
everybody, my therapist tells me only people share their bad stories on there. Nobody's getting on there and being like, hey, I've been breast cancer free for 30 years,
Yeah.
So you see a lot of like people like, oh, I had recurrence, and you start to stress a little bit. So I have to like mute them every 30 days, but they're there. The women in there were so great when I first got diagnosed, and I had 1,000 questions, There's even a Facebook group for cold capping.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that was really cool. I actually met like 2 really good friends
Yeah.
from that group. They don't even live in Utah.
Yeah.
Like one lives in Michigan and one lives in Arizona, but
Yeah.
like they check in on me all the time,
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely use your people.
Yeah. No,
And
I love
advocate for yourself like hell.
Yeah, that's
You have to.
I mean, biggest lesson.
Yeah.
When you feel like something's wrong, man, something's wrong. Like,
yeah. I definitely learned like we know our bodies
Yeah.
more than we think we do.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just mind blowing because had you left that or not identified it, and you go in to have a mammogram at age 40, you probably would have had, if you had no symptoms before.
Yeah. A couple weeks ago, so I still meet with my oncologist like every 3 months. And this last meeting, he said, I don't know where you would have been had you have not felt that lump.
Mm-hmm.
Because you had a lot of cancer in there. And luckily it was still all in the milk ducts. But had you have never felt that lump, I don't know what 38 years old, 39 years old would have looked like.
Yeah.
You could have came in for your first mammogram and been stage 5. For sure. There was so much cancer in there, it probably would have taken my life. And sometimes, like, just saying that gives me so much anxiety because I'm like, I could have been dead.
Well, I could have been dead.
Yeah. So just going back to that little surprise baby, it's like she's our lifesaver for sure.
Oh.
Yeah, she saved my life for sure. Because they think that's why I felt a stage 0 lump is because all the hormones from breastfeeding kind of just pushed it to the front and made it swollen. So thankful for her.
I love it. It's so cute. Well, I love it. Okay, Jamie. So if people need to get in touch with you or want to get in touch with you, where can they find you?
So my social media is Jamie Driggs, Driggs.
Okay, perfect. And I did not tell Jamie that I was going to do this, so I hope this is okay because I did not ask permission. She's like, what are you talking about? As we all know, cancer, medical bills, all of that suck. Jamie has a GoFundMe, and I want to put it out there because if it is something you can contribute to, even if it's just a little bit, you can find her GoFundMe on her Facebook and her Instagram, and we will have it on the podcast as well. So if you have something, please donate. It's a lot. It adds up, and definitely want to support you as you continue through your journey and healing and have one less thing to worry about.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Amazing. But let's wrap this episode up. This was such an amazing, emotional episode. If you have been diagnosed with cancer or have gone through the battle of cancer or have had a loved one with cancer, survive cancer, pass away from cancer, at the end of the day, cancer fucking sucks.
And you're not alone, even though you feel so alone.
Yeah.
Like, there are people out there.
There are people out there. And so I appreciate Jamie coming on and telling her story because I hope this is something that can help you, guide you, have somebody to reach out to if needed. So thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
If you are new to the podcast, welcome. We are so glad you're here. And if this is something that resonated with you or you feel like could help somebody else, please share it and always subscribe. Join the Salty Gang. We love you. We want you here. And I will see you next time.